Today we're looking at how you can create intrigue on social media to drive footfall. So this is Richmond Theatre. As you can see, obviously it's theatre, so they need to constantly publicise the amazing shows that they've got on throughout the year, and that's pretty much what all their social media contains. However, what they've done with this is that they have started off, it's part of their kind of new year, if you like, and they've started off by telling you what shows are actually on throughout the month to try and, I guess, let us know what's kind of coming ahead without, the need for any kind of fancy adverts or paying a lot of money for anything like that. They're doing it organically and they're doing it through content. So what they've done here is they've created a little reel. So let's take a little look at it.
You getting out of living? Who cares for what you've got if you're not having any fun?
So what you can see here is this is a really fun way of showing off, I guess, what's already in the caption. So this is about, them sort of trying to create intrigue. You can see little bits of the theatre in the background. They're showing, like the different little posters or leaflets, if you like, of the different shows that are there in different ways, which is quite a good fun way of doing it. And then they're backing it up with a fun sort of famous sort of musical song. They've got strong hashtags with the, what's on London, Richmond, London Theatre. So again, anyone who's following them. But ultimately it's kind of about, creating intrigue, which is the caption backed up by the video as well, because you wouldn't click on the video without looking at the caption, vice versa. So this is all about, understanding, I guess, what's coming up and creating a little bit of intrigue to try and drive footfall down to your venue.